Hey, everybody, we got some breaking news coming out of the Pittsburgh Steelers camp. This is something that has been highly anticipated. The Pittsburgh Steelers have traded away Kevin Dotson to the Los Angeles Rams per Brooke Pryor. This is her ex. It sounds weird saying it's her ex. It states Steelers are trading offensive lineman Kevin Dotson to the Los Angeles Rams. Sources tell ESPN. Also, the trade also comes with pick swaps. The Steelers and the Rams swap 2024 fourth and fifth rounders. The Steelers are going to move up and have 2 fourth rounders, and they'll be giving up. They'll have their own, and now the Los Angeles Rams fourth rounder as well. And they're giving up their fifth round. So moving on up, and Omar and Andy Weidel have done some great things, especially deep into the draft thus far. Nick Herbig was our current fourth round pick. In 2025, the Steelers will get the Rams fifth rounder, and the Rams will get the Pittsburgh Steelers sixth. So again, just swapping up. This is a good move in my opinion for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a guy in Isaac Seumalo, who in my opinion has been as advertised thus far in preseason and in training camp. Nate Herbig is also a guy that has, when healthy, obviously, has shown that he has done well. He is a guy that was with the Philadelphia Eagles. Andy Weidel knows him well. So, yes, he's kind of, been dealing with a shoulder here recently that's kept him out of the last 2 preseason games. But what we've seen out of him in camp, what we saw out of him in the first game is, a guy that is, well, one, he's big, but he's athletic at the same time. He can move. He's very quick for his size, and he is nasty. So I think that he could eventually, maybe possibly develop into a starter. He's also been a guy that I saw in the first game doing some snaps at the center position. And so I think that the Steelers think that they got a guy in Nate Herbig, and he's also young, very young, and I think he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler for quite a while. And so they kind of made the room a little thin. I think that Kevin and Kendrick Green, played okay, with the starters in Atlanta. So I think maybe perhaps that may have saved his job. I think that the Steelers are enthusiastic about using him as a fullback, but not necessarily to the point where, that's the only reason he was going to stay. He had to be a decent, usable, capable offensive lineman first. And he, bad couple of showings, but he was able to turn that around and improve in the last one. Now, I don't think that he's going to end up being the first, guy up to bat if an interior offensive lineman goes down. And that includes the center position. I think that a healthy Nate Herbig would have been in those places, in my opinion. So, yeah, he's going to be a guy that, everybody's going to hold their breath if he has to come into the game. But I think the chances of him coming into the game at an interior offensive line position is unlikely. I can see him being, maybe even a swing tackle in certain situations, or tackle eligible where, he can, get in motion. His best game is being in motion and pulling. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him in the 3rd round. Unfortunate, he struggles a lot of the other stuff. But put him in motion. He has quickness. He has athleticism. He can get out there and he can hit somebody. He's aggressive. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's used positions. But then you'd have to take off a guy like Darnell Washington off the field. So I'm not entirely sure you want to do that either. So back to Kevin Dotson. He's going to be going to the Los Angeles Rams for a couple of swapped picks, basically. He's going to be battling with left guard rookie Steve Avila and current, right guard Tremaine Antrim Jr. And so I think he's going to have an opportunity to compete, but I think he might be, possibly depth there for the Los Angeles Rams as well. I don't know. Maybe I haven't watched much of the Rams, so I'm not sure if Avila has, shown up or impressed or not. If he hasn't, maybe this is a move for Kevin Dotson to possibly, be in competition to mentor the young rookie, not so much force him out there on the field and ruin his confidence and things like that. So I think it's a great trade. I think it's a trade that a lot of people were anticipating. And, it's, and Kevin Dotson's been a guy that, for whatever reason, it just seemed like um, Glenn or the organization weren't pleased with him. I know a couple of years back there was some information going into training camp that he was out of shape or didn't come into camp prepared or something like that. And a lot of people took it that shape. Not necessarily so, in my opinion. Um, I don't think that's the case, but I do think that um, it came out of DK Sports, and I do think that DK was correct. Said that it wasn't a physical thing; it was more of a mental thing. And then he had an injury. That injury that year, I think it was like an ankle sprain. Shouldn't have been more than a couple weeks. It ended up being a season ender for him, and we found out that he was not doing the proper rehab that he should have been doing. And so last season, going into training camp, he was in competition for Kendrick Green, and it really did appear that Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers were doing their best to try to get um, Kendrick Green on the on the field over Kevin Dotson. So I'm not surprised by the move. I don't think many people are. I think a lot of folks thought or anticipated that this was going to be coming out. Well, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Like it if you haven't liked it. Hit that notification bell. That way you're notified when we have breaking news and any Steelers coverage. Some of the games I'll do commentary. I commentaried on all of the preseason games. I'll probably be doing on most of the games that are out of network and things like that. Night games I'll be attending myself. I'll be attending the Browns game on Monday night, and so I'll do a post game show outside of Acrisure Stadium. So you don't want to miss all that details, information. So please hit that like and subscribe button. That being said, I'm out of here. The state of the Steelers. Peace.